Look at you, baby dolls over there. Look at this big fat green candle. Imagine there was a way to describe it and why it's going to the moon. This is the chart of SHIB. And in 2021, SHIB did 1 million X. That's right. 1,000,000 X. 1 million times your money. I have information here that shows that SHIB follows Metcalfe's law. We can describe SHIB's 1 million X by Metcalfe's law. So we have to live this together, because when this is happening, you're just seeing this. Oh my God, it's going to the moon. And then someone says, no, don't get greedy. And then I'm like, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You keep going, mate. Keep going. Here we go. And you think, oh, we're done. And I say, nah. No, we're not. Diamond hand all the way. 1.3 million X. Look at this. 1.3 million X. What if there was a way to describe it? Lucky for you, let's go back. Let's go back, friends. The year is 2021. I'm on Twitter. All of you are drunk with euphoria. And here I am showing SHIB. Let's read this together. All right, let's read this down here. Okay. Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu started 2021 with only 850 holders. Okay. So I rounded up to about 1,000 holders, right? And then look, in one sudden week, February the 1st, its users went 10x. So you know by Metcalfe's law, right? 10x to people, you should get 100x the price. Look what happened. The price actually bursted up 100x, 99x. It seems to have had price spikes when 3 times the number of users come in with a short span of time. So here I am back in 2021, looking like, oh my God, Metcalfe's law, which I already knew about. It even describes this absolutely beast mode first place king named Shiba Inu. The meme coin, the miracle, the absolute top tier question mark existence in the world. But it's all from Metcalfe's law. It really is a miracle. Here I am even talking about this together. Isn't that crazy, man? We had about 850 to 1,000 users and then we went rocketing. So I have my post here, more information for you. Let's go through what actually happened. Okay, so 1 million X. What happened? Okay, here we go. Imagine there was a way to describe SHIB doing a 1 million X pump. Metcalfe's law describes exactly that. SHIB grew from 1,000 users to 1 million people in 12 months. Okay, you can check here on Etherscan. See 1.2 million, that's what happened, right? So I'm just using Nansen. It had a unique holders. You've roughly tracked it, right? So from 1,000 people to 1 million. So that's why you can see already the growth has changed. In 1 year, we went from 1,000 to 1 million. But then in the next 1.5 years, we've only added 280,000 people. So you can see the growth has slowed down, obviously, okay? We go back, right? So if you just do this, friends, you go, okay, so I want you to know here. Let's stop right here. You have the calculator. You don't know what the future looks like. You have to be a visionary. You have to think like me and go, okay, do I have friends out there? Are they going to buy this? It's not about whether I like it or you like it or your friend likes it. It's about the next million people. Do you see the chance that maybe 1 million people out there can like this? Even though you don't, right? Like, you don't like wearing lipstick. Maybe your girlfriend or your wife or your sister or your mum does, all right? But you can see a market out there for it, okay? And for the girls, it's the same thing. They don't relate to everything guys do, but they know there's a market there for it. You have to think outside of your own square. You got to stop judging people. In crypto, the reason why it's so easy is that everyone gets tribal and everyone says, my tribe wins, you are stupid, right? And if you do that, you miss all the deep undervalued stuff. You don't understand what's going on. But luckily you watch me. Please like, subscribe, bell button so you find out more information, right? So this is obviously, no one would believe you if you said this, all right? So SHIB had 1,000 users, okay? And it's going to get to 1 million users. Okay, so if you said to me, hey, this thing has 1,000 people, I think we're going to get 1 million in a year. I'll tell you, man, what are you smoking? Send some over, because that's some good stuff, right? So you're telling me we're going to get 1,000x the user base. And then you would effectively be saying, I think we're going to get 1,000 squared price pump, 1 million X. Isn't that funny? That's exactly what SHIB did, right? Now, no one was saying this, but kind of gives you an idea, right? This describes what happens, right? So I've even got here, right? Check my chart. It goes exactly here, and we describe it. So I have this nice detailed information. We can go through here. Yeah? SHIB went from 1,000 holders to 1 million in just 1 year, 1,000 extra growth. We went through the numbers. It went exactly around the zone. Now, it's not going to be exact. You're missing a couple of hundred people from the start, but you get an idea, man. The whole point is, don't be a soy drinking paper hand, okay? So let's go through the actual main message of everything, all right? So what we're saying is, okay, if you have a belief that your user base will grow 10x, right? So if you think, okay, there's 100,000 people in my coin, there's 100,000 people using my network, whatever it is, right? If you believe that you can get to 1 million people, right? We can 10x that. You are effectively saying you will get a 100x price increase, okay? You're squaring it. This is cheat mode. Now, asterisks, you are dealing with people's emotions. However, it's probably going to get more efficient over time. So now you have to weigh up something, all right? So I can show you other information. So for example, here is Bitcoin, all right? Bitcoin in this early part of the cycle, okay? Let's try use BLX. I want to show you this. This is crazy. Here we go. This is amazing. You see here, in this cycle, Bitcoin went 10x above fair value. 10, right? So fair value based on Metcalfe's law was like, what is this, like $2? And it went to 20, 30 bucks. Insane, right? It went 10x above fair value. I think in this next one, in the 2017 one, it did about 4x above, right? 4x above. And then this one, I'm not sure, maybe like 8x above, okay? 8x above fair value, all right? So you can see how it's dropping over time. You want to know what's crazy? We only went in this cycle, we only went plus 50% to plus 80%. That's how crappy it is. So you see how as you go on more cycles, you get cursed because there's less euphoria because people learn how to price the asset. But in cycle one, woohoo, you're swimming. You're swimming on the moon, all right? So this is what happened with SHIB. So if you believe you can 10x your user base and get 100x the price increase, this is not meant to be an exact formula, all right? It's not meant to be that, but it tells you why does it go the way of parabolas? Why does it go to the moon and why does it crash to the floor? Now you know why, man. In a network, okay, you have a network. When you have 5 people, you have a value of like 25, okay? It doesn't matter the exact price, you get the point, right? But if you go to 10 people, now you went to 100, right? So remember, if you started at a value of 1 people, you get 1, right? So look at this. You go from 1, you got a unit of 1. You go to 5, you got 25. You go to 10 people, now you have 100. You're like, here's 1, here's 25, here's 100. You go on parabolic. But this is the crazy part, all right? Now we're going to have to use red one. If you go, see, if you started from a base of 1, so just you in the network, right? And you grew to 10, you're like, oh, wow, it's cool, right? But then you go back down to 5. You're going to think, hey, man, 5 is still a lot bigger than 1. But because of the way it moves with the exponential moves, you go from 100 all the way back down to 75. You get back down to 25. So you get a minus 75 crash. Minus 75% there. That's why crypto is insanely volatile. It's because these networks get people, they square them, and they remove them. You got to square root it, right, to get back to the base. That's why, man. That's why. It's crazy. That's why it moves the way it does. That's why it's super volatile. And that's why it can keep blowing your expectations. Because you can go from 1,000 people, 100,000 people, 1 million people, 10 million people, 100 million people, right? Maybe one day we'll live long enough to see that. But you get to see, yeah? Eventually there is a limit. There is. Whether you like to believe it or not. There is a limit. Because there's only enough people in the world, right? There's only enough people in the world. When we go through this, I just want to clarify. This is not meant to be, okay, yeah, you said it went 80x and it went 200. It's not meant to give you that message at all. You know what the message is now. The message is I discovered this. I got to see it firsthand, and it works this way because I can explain it to you like this, okay? If you have a house, right? You have a cute little house. If there are 1 million people in this house, it doesn't matter what they like, what their preferences are, what they look like, what they smell like, are they wearing socks or not? It doesn't matter. If you have a megaphone loud enough, so here's your cute little megaphone, right? Here's your cute little megaphone. If you have a megaphone loud enough, you can shill them anything. And this is why networks are valued the way they are. Because, you know what? This is the market pricing and stuff. So the market says, okay, if you have 1,000 people somewhere, compare that to 100,000 people. The 100,000 people, even though, yeah, maybe I don't know all their information and their details and how rich they are and whatever, but that 100,000 people, I can shill them anything. I can shill them lipstick, high heels, cotton socks, earbuds, right? Vegetables. It doesn't matter. If you can get 1 million people in a group together, you can give them anything. And that is very powerful. And this is why Amazon grew the way it did in its price. You know, Amazon broke all the price to earnings ratios and all these other models. People were saying Amazon was overvalued for like 12 years. They said this thing is like 50x overvalued because it doesn't make any money. But it was moving like a network. It was spreading itself around the world, and its network effect was increasing. And people couldn't understand why it's going up. But now we've learned from Amazon and Google and how they're doing things, and now we can see it in crypto. And crypto, there's no geographical location, right? There's no geographical limitations. We can just spread the words through cyberspace so fast. That's why it's hyper competitive. You know, because it's so easy. Everything's open source and everything's through the internet. It's so hyper competitive. You're listening to me in a dusty room here in Australia. Anyone can shill anything, man. It's information traveling so fast. That's why crypto can have hyper growth and also hyper collapses. And that's why I can give you a heart attack, right? So we understand now. Even SHIB, man, even SHIB in all its glory did a 1.3 million X exactly roughly where Metcalfe's law said, yeah, you should be around there, right? So when you see this, you know, oh, like SHIB's not 1.3 million anymore, you know, of course, man, of course. You're going to get people, they dropped off, right? Some people dropped off. You're down to 176,000, you know? What's actually crazy is it says you had that many people, 1.2 million people, but this is the crazy part. I Googled just before and I said, how many people actively are using SHIB? And they said about 580,000. I don't know how they measured it, but it's about 580,000. And I wonder, see what we've done is we've gone from 1 million down to 500,000. You can kind of get a measurement of, hey, you know, the fair value should be lower. There's less people using it right now. But this also kind of shows you, hey, if people used your coin, whatever that means, right? Participating in the community or just buying more, right? We don't know the exact mechanics behind it. But if people are active before, it's probably going to be easy for them to be active again in the future because they've already done it before. It's not new, uncharted territory. But you get to see now, man. This is why crypto grows the way it does. And SHIB's a nice benchmark, right? If you're holding a coin and it's not at 1.2 million users right now, you got to think, man, hey, if SHIB can get to 1.2 million users, almost 1.3, your coin should be able to get there too, right? That's the lesson we learn from this. All this information you get to see. You have no glory in being a paper hand, all right? Oh, you got to take your profit. You got to take your profit. Look how wrong you are. Completely wrong, okay? Crypto, we're still early. We've only got like 5% of the world in or 10% of the world. We are going to approach the majority. It's coming, okay? So we're not going to be early forever, but you know, you keep holding on and you're not going to get like another 3x or a 4x, right? According to this, more people join the network, you're going to get absolutely huge price pumps to come. The big parabolas. Until next time, friends.